welcome. And oh, yes. So thank you for that awesome welcome and introduction. It's a pleasure to be here. Desian, thank you so much. Crystal, I really do appreciate it. And it's good to see you all. Also, one or two names that I definitely recommended to be here tonight as well. So it's a pleasure. So, as Crystal alluded to with regards to my background, it's sales and marketing, customer service, and business development, mainly in the services industry, hospitality, and tourism. And when I said, Crystal, tell me about what your attendees would really be interested in finding out a little more about so that I can make it very relevant and relatable. She was saying, speak about how can you market yourself and grow your brand and get visibility. I was like, that's very interesting. I never saw myself as a personal brand strategist, even though I'm in the realm of marketing. But I realized even organically in growing the business that I was growing my personal brand. And that was like an aha moment. So, what I will share with you is what I've learned along the way. And I hope that it will definitely help you all as well as you start to put yourself out there and grow your own business. So, let me see if I can share my screen. All right, perfect. So, you all are seeing my screen, Crystal?
Yes, we can see your screen.
All right, great. So, as mentioned, I am Kimberly King, Consulting Services by King and Associates Limited, and tonight I'll be talking about 5 effective ways to market yourself. And the number one thing that I'm going to say to you all is make the investment in yourself. That matters most of all before you start putting yourself out there. Make the investment in yourself. You don't necessarily have to have a master's degree or whatever, even if it's an online program, it's a short course, it's a workshop, make the investment. You cannot say to clients that you will be assisting, hey, I am going to assist you with bookkeeping, but you know absolutely nothing about it. Or you're pretty strong in accounting or taxes, you're helping with taxation, and you just have a very surface level understanding of it. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to know everything. You can't know everything in your field, but you have to know a wealth of information and be able to practice it and offer real value if you want to market yourself. Because when you start speaking about what it is you do, that could only come from a confidence where you would have invested in yourself. So the first thing to market yourself, make the investment. If you see that online course or workshop or something that's going to help you hone that skill for a particular service that you're offering, do it. Second thing, define your personality and share your story. Now, this is so important. And for me, I'm constantly also refining in this area because I don't think my ideal customer know a lot about my story. I started off in customer service many years ago. I worked myself through the ranks by going to school as well as taking evening classes, hopping a maxi taxi from Shagaramas back to Arima when I decided that I wanted to be doing um, hospitality and tourism. So you never get to that place where ideally, which we all know that you want to be. It's always a constant journey, right? And people need to know, they need to see your personality because I always say that people don't buy really your services, they buy you. and they need to see your personality. Because in my field, a lot of people are doing what I am doing, I'm sure. But are they doing it the Kimberly King way? I don't think so. All right. And that has come from me in terms of over my years, really honing my skills, getting feedback from my customers in my 9 to 5 as well as in my business, and knowing the value that I bring to the table. But one brand strategist, which I'll mention later on, she said something unique. She said, you can offer all the value in the world to a client, but if they don't have a feel of your personality or you don't share your story, they're not going to trust you and buy into you. All right. So show up, show people your personality. If your personality is one where you are professional, that's okay. You're going to have clients who are very much into that. If your personality is where you're constantly bouncing off the walls, where you're always happy go lucky, people love that kind of energy too. They're going to be clients like that. Just to give you a story in terms of presenting my personality, I was landing a client, a tech-based client, just about 2 years ago. Um, really smart gentleman, and in terms of the team that he had, he wanted to really revitalize the sales team. Now, the persons that he had as sales professionals, they were not sales professionals at all. So I did a diagnostic, I presented for him, and I sent a proposal, and I realized, but hey, this man not calling me back. It's been a week and he was excited. He was, um, listening, really keying into what I was saying. And 2 weeks passed and not hearing anything. On the third week, I say, no, I need to give him a call. I say, so, honestly, tell me, this is something that you need because you need to launch this particular tech product and you need a sales team to back it and you need help. Why are you not saying yes to the proposal? What are some of your objections? And he's like, Kimberly, well, I think my team finds you, you're very professional and you come across serious and you have that kind of lecture um kind of stance to you, and they feel a little intimidated by that. They feel a little they want somebody who's a lot more relaxed and laid back, like they're going to have fun at training. And I was like, I completely understand. You just needed to tell me that, not run constantly away from me not to say it. And that was my learning lesson, to say that not everybody is going to be for you, and that's okay. You're going to have clients who may not like the particular way in terms of the intonation of your voice or whatever, and that's okay. But if you are sure to define your personality and share your story, those who are for you will gravitate towards you. Strategy 3, and that is create valuable and engaging content. Now, you might say, okay, I'm a VA. I am helping someone with regards to their invoices, their follow-up calls, they're publishing their social media. That is such a critical service. Now, why should I be even looking to make content? The thing is, there's so many persons who either doing a side hustle, trying to transition from a 9 to 5, starting off businesses in the growth phases of businesses, and really do require their services. If you do not make content that really speaks to them, it means that they don't have an opportunity to know what you can offer. And sometimes, depending on, I was saying this last night to a client actually. We sat down and did an ideal customer profile. And I was saying to her, you sort of all over the place. You want to do this, you want to do that, you want to do this. What are your core services? What are your secondary services? Let's focus on what is primary in terms of your services. And once you understand who that service is for, you will build a message that is going to reach that particular client. For example, she does resume writing. So she's trying to target persons who would have just finished, I believe it's Cape, and are looking to probably get a job. So how do you really get to those types of persons. It's through your content. Where are they hanging out? Possibly on TikTok, because they are more than likely the 17 or 18-year olds, so they want what's very much a fad. How are you able to appeal to them? Don't underestimate the power of your content. I have booked a client just from my blog content alone. It might not have been a large client, but the fact that she would have engaged with my blog, read my blog and said, "Hey, I have some questions because this is something that I need," was able to get me to a sale. Based on how I treat with her after, she could probably send me a referral, right? So what I'm saying to you is a key component in marketing yourself is not to shy away from content. You need to understand where the persons that you're trying to sell to or have a conversation with, where are they hanging out? Are they on LinkedIn? LinkedIn is actually a really good platform for those of you who are not on there based on the services that you offer. Are you all being constant with the content that you're putting on there? Constant as in being consistent, or is it that they're on Facebook, or I don't know, but I will say to you, create valuable content and not the kind of content. I saw someone put this, she's actually a VA as well, and it made me laugh because it's pretty true. Don't go on Facebook or Instagram to just say hi, good morning, hope you're well. I don't need to see something like that, and I'm a business owner. I need to find out what your services are going to do to help me to make sure that at the end of the day, it's cost effective. It's going to help me save on time where in the night that I can actually get 8 hours sleep. Those are the things that you really want to highlight. Strategy 4, network within your industry. Now, I will not, what should I say for this one? For me, this is really your gold mine here. Networking, 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 networking. You have to network. And I think as women, we don't do a good enough job. Don't hate me for saying it, but we really don't do a good enough job at networking. And networking is just not a matter of saying, "Hey, you do this, I do this, nice. You want to meet up for a drink?" Or now that everything is mainly online, you scan probably the room in terms of Zoom and say, "Okay, let me send a message to Lisa. Hi Lisa, XYZ." No, it has to be a lot more substantial than that. We need to do a better job at trying to find out what our peers are doing. For example, you might be very strong in social media management as a VA, but one of your peers is excellent with accounting. So you might get a job, and instead of taking on a lot of jobs or taking on this particular job that you hardly know anything about accounting, you decide to refer to your friend. Hey, Lisa, Mr. Jones, he is interested in a VA that has a strong accounting background. What do you think about, how do you feel about working with someone with his type of business? Right? Your network not should be only where you are giving. And what it is I mean by that, we are in the Caribbean, and sometimes we tend to think that everything that we do is of the best if it doesn't have a value to it. Remember, everything that you do, your time, um, your work, quality of your work has a value attached to that. All right. And what I am saying is in your networking, you should be able to not only network better, but monetize your network. How do you monetize your network? By having conversations of just the example that I just said. Hey, this person is in terms of a referral, or the fact that you are able to network someone with someone within your industry or someone who you would like to work with and start a conversation, you share value, right? For example, I just went out on a limb and I had a conversation with someone who's in data analytics. And, we were talking as women, just the same thing as I was saying, as women, we are not doing a better job at really coming together and honing our skills and having these conversations of how we can truly uplift each other, help each other while we network. She's in data analytics. I'm in sales and marketing. Why is that important to me? Because at the end of the day, sales and marketing, you have to know your data. You can't just back up decisions by saying, well, people feel this way about this product, so let's launch this product or let's sell this product. It's backed by data. So she's willing to show me a demo with regards to a piece of software that could help me improve my data analytics. And I'm willing to share with her some information as to social media advertising. So it's really a relationship of not only one that is giving, but we are helping and we are augmenting and edifying and we are helping to monetize it in a way. We are investing in each other. And that's a great way to market yourself because if I know at the back of my head your skill set, your strong point is social media marketing or accounting, I know that if someone comes across my desk or say, "Hey, Kimberly, you know anyone who's good at doing XYZ?" I can say, "Oh yeah, I met someone last week at the Sizzle and she's excellent at this. I'm going to recommend her. Why don't you give her a call?" Right? That's how it has to work for us. Build a community. Now, I would say the networking and the community building is a really great way to market yourself. How do you go about building a community? That's when you have something of value to offer, right? And how do you have something to value? It's because you've invested in yourself. You have, over the years, been able to grow your confidence, grow your expertise, etc. And you're really able to now build a community. I'm sorry, I'm seeing something flashing. Are you all still hearing me?
Yes, we are.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, sorry. Well then that wasn't for me. All right, so great. So build a community, and this is really where I see the power of really marketing yourself. I don't know if you all have read recently with regards to what Facebook is doing. Now, Facebook is one of the most used social media platforms in the world. I would say possibly number one. And we know that Facebook has now Instagram and WhatsApp. So in terms of how really the strength of their reach alone, it's quite formidable. And excuse me, they are really pushing this whole idea of community to the point that I did actually a workshop about 2 months ago, and one of the lead facilitators was like, Kimberly, you need to create a Facebook community. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this says I don't have the time, but this is something that you're saying that is really important. Because once you start to build a community of persons who are ready and willing to listen to what you have to say, whether it be tips, whether it be strategies, whether it just be helping them work through a problem that they're having and they're getting a bit stuck, they're gonna come back to you at some point and they are going to share within that community itself, even if it's a virtual community, that hey, Lisa really helped me out with this tip when she told me to use this software and it worked. It was amazing. Um, I think there is a line that says there is um, money in the niche or the niches, as they say it. And it's not that your focus is constantly on money, but also your focus is not just doing what you do for leisure, right? You're marketing yourself because you want to get visibility. And let's keep in mind that visibility is how people perceive you, how people perceive your business. So when you are not in a room or with those persons, you want those persons to be able to say that, hey, Lisa is reliable. Lisa is going to follow through on what I've asked of her. So A community is really going to help you because it's sort of like a niche, because what you're offering, those persons are going to be in there to hear your message and to hear your solutions and to hear your valuable information. And the networking and the community, I think, are really, really powerful. Not only the others that I've mentioned, but now, especially in this time where we're seeing things even more uncertain, you have to be able to network to the point where when you know you are very confident in what it is you do, you rest assured that you have the skill set, you have something of value to offer. You can go and approach another business owner and say, hey, I'm thinking about collaborating on a short web series. Would you be interested in something like this? And I think it's going to be of value to you because we have similar audiences or complementary audiences that we are speaking to. So let's do it, right? And I want to highlight something very important to you all. Jamila Bannister, she was supposed to actually send me her value visibility index Venn diagram so that I could put it in here, but I'm sorry, I left work late and then I think she got mixed up, not mixed up, sorry, but she got very busy and wasn't able to share it. But Jamila Bannister is a personal brand strategist and she's shared something in she's having a brand summit that's coming up, but she shared something in her book as it relates to personal branding, and it's called visibility, sorry, index. And I have the hard copy here, so let me see if I could read it for you because I felt it was very powerful. And she says a personal branding strategy is successful when it helps you figure out how to leverage your personality and story to build relationships with your audience while using your expertise to help them solve their problems. You can have all the skills in the world, but your brand only becomes influential and authoritative, sorry, when you distinguish yourself from the pack while giving people what they need. People remember you when you have the right mix of personality, expertise, and value. She goes on to say that she created the value visibility matrix to illustrate how different elements of your strategy should intersect to create the most opportunities for you, not only to grow your visibility, but to grow your revenue. And what she was saying is that your expertise, your audience problems that you solve, and your personality are the best mix if you really want to be able to see value visibility. Now, you could have your expertise and solve problems, but nobody know who you are, right? And you could be popular and know everybody, but people don't think you solve anybody's problems. And you could be very entertaining and have 100 and 1,000 followers and likes on Facebook and Instagram, and you bring nothing to the table. So I felt this was so important because this is a sure way of increasing your visibility. When you have a good mix of your expertise, your value, and you are able to confidently share your personality, it's going to be a win for you in marketing yourself. All right, so let's stay connected. Thank you again for the opportunity. My name is Kimberly King. If you all came in late, please feel free to follow Consulting Services by King and Associates Limited on Facebook and Instagram. It's at King and Associates TNT. On LinkedIn, I am myself, Kimberly King. You can subscribe to the website mailing list. There are always lots of not only free content, but also there are lots of online workshops if you're looking to hone your skills in areas of sales and marketing. You can also WhatsApp 485-9857, but it has been a pleasure and I hope what I said has helped you all in some way. All right, so that's it. If you have any